Hello, it's the Bad Mini Painter, and I'm still trying to figure out which chapter my Space Marines should be. And well, we're done Ultramarines, we're done Blood Angels, so let's give Space Wolves a try. Oh, it's Space Vikings, so of course, like me being incredibly Scandinavian, if you haven't figured that out already by my awesome accent. I am from the cold north. Not as cold as it could be, but it's pretty cold. I mean, it's summer and it's 13 degrees outside, so yeah, you know. Anywho, so Space Wolf Grey, the contrast paint from Citadel. I wasn't quite sure what I felt about this when I put it on. It gooped a lot, and the edges were extremely like wide, so the contrast was almost too contrasty. But spreading it out thoroughly and giving it some time to dry helped. The end result was a little bit more pale than I would have liked it to be a little more saturated, but it was pretty cool. For the shoulder armor thingamabobs, Avalon Sunset. I thought about doing one shoulder red and the other one yellow, but I liked the contrast between the yellow and the blue too much, so I decided to just go yellow for this one. It does need a couple of coats because even though Avalon Sunset is a pretty high pigmented yellow, it's also a dark yellow, but pretty high pigmented, it's still a yellow and it needs 18,000 coats. Next we do glossy black with from Vallejo. And Morn Fang, not Fand, but Fang, brown, for the gun holster and the satchels and the pouches and whatnot. And of course lead belcher for all the base color metal, like for basing of all the metal parts. And trying to be careful, of course. And next we do the Doom Death Black from 2 thin coats for the rest of the gun. And for the parchment, I do Mummy Robes from Army Painter. It's a good base color before adding Agrax or shade. I really like the effect that it gives. It's for the mummies, you know, so makes sense. But it's really good at looking like old paper. Blood red for the satchel. And then Agrax Earthshade for the paper and for the gun holster and the pouches. Just adding a bit of shading. Careful not to pull too much. Even distribution is the key to a decent shading. Then I use Retributor armor for the chest decorations. What's it called? Words are eluding me today. It's interesting. But anywho, I decided to go with Retributor armor for this. Trying to be careful not to hit arms or anything else. That's one of the problems with the contrast, is that if you make a mistake, it's fairly hard to fix it and keeping it looking nicely. You can always see like that the color is a bit too dark wherever you correct it, if you just add a new layer, or if you go in with a new base color and then put contrast on, you still have a pretty visible difference. Anywho, Stormhove Silver, hidden by my hand, but for the metal parts on the mask. Next we do Scrag Brown from Citadel as a highlight on the leather parts. Again, trying to be careful not to break everything that we already did. And I kind of overdid it. I wanted a thin edge highlight, and I managed to smear it pretty much all over the place. So, bad job. Non-oil, null oil for the gun and the other metal parts, but mainly the gun. And I decided to take it out of focus so you could... And there we go. And next we go in with some Demon Red from two thin coats. And that's for the eyes, or eye lenses. And see, normally I wouldn't spend a lot of time on the eyes, but I think it did a huge difference. Normally it's not really something I noticed, but afterwards I was like, yeah. And Asian Grey for highlighting the gun. And you can see on the shoulder plate that I managed to fuck up majorly. No worries, I go back and fix that with some more Avalon Sunset. And Demon Red again for the sigil. I forgot that while I was doing the eyes, because I'm clever like that. And finally, some sepia for the chest plate decoration thingamabob. And there we go. Again, not my best model ever, but I feel like the contrast paint is kind of saving me, and is making it look way better than it actually looks. I just threw up a bit. It's not that bad. Oh, it's just... I don't think Space Wolf is the way for me to go. They do have some awesome models, but kind of boring. Anywho, if you like this video, seek mental help, but also please do leave a like and do subscribe. Even though it's amateurish, it still takes me eternities to edit these videos, so it would be much appreciated. Thank you for your time, and hopefully I will see you again later for another upload. Bye.